All right, it is March 23rd, afternoon, evening update here. I saw the market moving, thought I better do an update sooner than later, so we get started now. Looking at Ethereum, compare it. If you'll notice, the Ethereum's moving deeper compared to its last peak than Bitcoin is. Bitcoin's not come down as deep, but I think they'll catch up with each other shortly. But I think Ethereum's probably going to move more volatilely. That's why I'm trading Ethereum, not Bitcoin. We are oversold, so watch out. There's probably going to be a bounce at some point. Don't know when, but it is in the oversold condition on the 5-minute chart. Room on the 15-minute, plenty of room on the 15-minute to go down. But we are reaching oversold as well, so usually going to get a bounce there. We're also reaching the bottom of this price level, and we often get bounces there as well. So probably going to be a bounce. If you get a bounce that looks three-wave-ish, guys, go ahead and take that short. It's a good place to enter. Otherwise, I think this is just going to make its way down. It's just going to provide a little H and keep rocking. Something like that, most likely. Let's look at the larger time frame and build our wave again. I did a video yesterday on it. I did not upload it. I got to find that and upload it because I forgot to upload it. But I did a video yesterday, a quick tutorial on how to build targets. What we generally do is What we generally do is we zoom out far enough to see the whole wave on the larger time frame, 2-hour, 4-hour chart, and then we go ahead and pull the fibs on our move here. The idea behind this trade is that we're dealing with A, B, and now we're getting C. And C wave, who knows how many waves we're expecting in the C wave, guys? How many waves? Yeah, five waves in a C. Always five. Always five. So when we get C, it'll be 5. If this is a C, and if we're correct in our analysis, there's a 1, a 2, we're making 3, 4, 5, something like that. Looking down here for the bottom of C at the 1-to-1, about $1,200, guys, where it may be going. They're gonna have, it's gonna trend down, but we need to make some pretty big gains tonight in price. The third wave of the third wave generally get a pretty big fast move, which is what we're about to get, I believe, tonight. And then a bounce, and then as we finish up the wave, kind of like this here, okay, as it finishes up the wave. So that's kind of what we're looking at, guys, as far as wave shape is concerned. I'm expecting a pretty volatile move, pretty quick here anytime. That's at least what I'm looking at for now as a possibility. I do not think that this is just going to three-wave on us like this and then go up from there. I imagine it's possible, but it doesn't. The wave shape doesn't look right to do that, and the wave count doesn't look right either. So I know that I think that's being posited out there by someone, not in this group maybe, but maybe so. I don't know. But is it possible that we just get a three-wave move down and then we go up? I imagine yes, it's possible. Is it likely? I cannot say, but my take is that no, it's probably not likely. But we'll have to see. What for me to feel better about my account, I need this next wave. Once this thing breaks, I need this thing to start coming down pretty fast. I need to see this, something like this wave, guys. You see it kind of coming down pretty decently fast. All right. Just to look at Bitcoin on the larger time frame, then we'll come back and look at Ethereum on the smaller time frame. Same kind of thing, 2-hour chart. Looking at this as A, B, and now we're getting C. So I'm expecting 5 waves, but if it doesn't 5-wave on us, it might 3-wave on us, which I would not like. It wouldn't make sense to me. Yeah, 3 waves doesn't even get us down to the 1-to-1 extension. It looks to me like it needs to go 5 waves. There's a 5, a 3-wave pullback, and now we got a series of 1-2s over and over and over that we're waiting for something to fall off the cliff. Guys, we did broach or breach or whatever you want to call it, the bottom of that wave, and we bounced a little, but now I think we're ready to come down and take it out with some power. Once it takes this low out right here, it's going to come down with a pretty decent power. So that's why I think tonight's the night, tonight or tomorrow. I don't know if they're going to prolong this move, make us wait a little longer by taking it back up and let it range for a second, for a while, or if they're coming down now. I can't tell. I don't know that, but right now that's what I want to see for confirmation of my count is a nice volatile move to the downside. I'd like to see this low broken, and then I want to see the volatility just pick up. You know how it starts, it kind of breaks the low, and then all of a sudden it just starts falling off the cliff. And that's what I really need to see coming up tonight. So let's be careful, be smart. If you're not in the market right now, if you're going to enter the market, I wouldn't be too scared to play a breakout of the bottom. You might consider, because there's zero support. There's zero price support at all until you get here. So that's about $7,000 away from where we are. $8,000 maybe even. So it wouldn't be too bad or too scary to play a breakout of this low, because the next support is down here. You have some moderate support right there and right there, but really the larger support's right here at 46.5.
Good thing I got some sleep last night.
Yeah, I slept last night, and I slept this morning. I went back to sleep around 11 or 10:30, 11, and woke up around 2. So I'm pretty rested and ready to rock for tonight. So I'm gonna brew some coffee and chill out with you guys. Make the kids dinner here shortly, and then. But yeah, looking forward to tonight. What's up, Max? How you doing, buddy? You get some sleep?
4 hours.
Oh wow. No, you
Yeah.
can't.
Don't feel too good, man.
Are you working today?
Yeah, a little 5 hour. 10.
Well, be careful Be careful driving. What time is it there for you?
10 to 9.
So 5 p.m. is 9 a.m. your time. Have you already had daylight savings?
No, it's still going at the moment. So pretty soon it'll shift back an hour. And that'll put us another hour different from where we are now.
Gotcha. All right. So with that said, that's the overarching look, guys, of what we're looking at here. So I'm watching 45K. Watching the bottom of that peak. That's just going to be a little momentary bounce, I believe. 45. Watching the bottom of this wave at 43. So 43 will be significant as well. And if 43 breaks, guys, then God help us. Because your next support really isn't down here until 29K. So if 43K breaks, guys, look out below. If it comes down, so let's cross that bridge when we get there. All right. It's not all going to happen tonight. And wouldn't it be amazing if it did? That would, not amazing, but like sheerly like amazing, like what in the world just happened. If it happened in one night.
Yep.
I don't think it's going to, but it may be starting a big night tonight. Maybe we'll see. Let's see what we get. Don't want to get too excited. Don't want to get too FOMO and ready for down. I am short, and I'm in a decent sized position for myself, and I'm in good profit right now, and I'd like to see about triple what I'm looking at right now. That's my goal, but we'll see. Let's look at the small time frames and check it out and see what's going on. Okay, small time frame. I was looking back over this wave, like, is there any way to look bullishly at this? So I got 5 waves here. That's clear. So what I start doing is I start identifying, what do I know? What do I know? That's 5 waves. I measure all these again. That's 3 waves with certainty. No questions asked, it's certainty. Now this is where it gets a little bit tricky. Okay? That's 5 waves, no questions asked. This has to be 3 waves. This is 5 waves. This has to be 3 waves. And there's 5 waves. So the question is this 3 waves here? Or do we have to make 3 waves? That's the big question mark. Do we have to come up and do this trick again? Like this wave did and this wave did? Is this going to do that again? And then come down? God, I hope not. Please. I'm just ready for it to come down now. But it might be this could be a flat right here.
No fair. No fair.
See how you have a finished 5 waves right there? And then you got more up movement, but it's a flat. And so if that's a flat, then we're looking for 5 more waves up. We'd still be looking for down, but it would screw us up a bit, wouldn't it? It'd take back all your profit, retest everything, if you're short from in here, So that's a big question mark, guys. Is this wave going to follow through to the upside? Is this a flat? Because this is 5 with pretty good certainty. This looks like 3. The only other way to look at that, and I was looking at it like this. This is 3 waves here. That's a 3 wave, and this is 3 waves. It's a double zigzag, and now we're going down. So there's 2 ways to look at that wave, guys. I don't know which one's right.
Why is this Staunton banner? It wasn't.
So we're just going to have to wait and see what we get.
We see you just fine.
Small time frame for Ethereum. Ethereum's a little bit more clear, isn't it?
Here.
This looks like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right there. I don't know. I guess that flat could be in play, but that flat doesn't look like it measures very well. No, it doesn't. It's pretty deep. I didn't measure the other one. The other one looks like it measures right. Measures better. But Ethereum looks more like a 3-wave move to the upside. And now we're getting an impulse. So it looks more clearly down than Bitcoin does. So maybe that's the direction. Maybe this comes up a little bit and then continues down. 3-wave correction and then down. But this I know. This I do know. A break of this low right here is going to waterfall down. So if this thing starts coming down, if it breaks that low, You watch it carefully. It's going to start just going. Most likely. Breakout trading is always more dangerous, guys, because they can bring it up on you. So be careful. How we doing? Gonna get a Okay. Just checking to make sure I'm not talking to myself. Any questions about what we're looking at, guys?
Yeah, I was watching the price action earlier today, up at 55.8.
Yeah.
In Bookmap, I don't know if you've used it, but
No.
it's cool because you can see the heat map of all the buy and sell orders.
Okay.
And there was a huge iceberg right at that level, and the iceberg would not let it pass that particular point. So it'd be interesting to me to see if that breaks on this wave up, if it goes up.
Nice. I'd like to. Didn't you share that today? That.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. It's like I said, it's called Bookmap. I find it's really cool because you can actually see within the candlesticks and see all the price action. It's pretty cool.
Nice. So is that a free website?
No, it's not free. It's a piece of software.
Okay.
They have a specific annual thing you have to pay, but you get access to all the crypto markets, and you can load up all your alts or BTC and actually watch the chart.
Cool. I'd like to check that out. That'd be good for me to have, just to allow everybody else to see that too. So.
Yeah, it's super helpful because you can actually see the waves a lot more clear too.
Really? So it's a conglomeration of all the orders on every exchange, or most of the exchanges, or?
The way it works, you have to pick your exchange. So I use Binance. It's got the most volume. But yeah, you just basically connect to Binance, and then you can load up any coin like Bitcoin and just watch the chart.
Is your name Cody?
Codex, yeah.
No. I see your name's Codex. What's your real name in life?
Oh, Ryan.
Ryan. Okay, cool. Can I call you Ryan, or you just prefer?
Yeah, Ryan's fine.
Okay, cool. Well, welcome to the group, man. Glad you made it.
Yeah, thanks.
Thanks for sharing that too. And this is your first live, so we just got you in.
Yeah, I'm always looking for an edge, right? And I find Bookmap is kind of my edge.
I thought somebody else shared that today, like before you got here. Somebody this morning. Did anybody? Does that ring a bell? Did anybody? I know that Jen uses what was it called, the TRDR indicator or something like that, where you can see the buy walls and the sell walls where they are. So anyway, is that what it's called, the TRDR?
That's how I got you. Slow-mo.
That's the website.
I know there's an indicator, I think it's VRPR, it's the volume, and you can see it's kind of like a volume on the side, and it shows you where the point of control is.
Oh yeah, I'm aware of that. The VPR. All right, we hear you, Max. Yawning. No, that's okay. So Max is one of the admins here, and so he's got he's one of the few that doesn't. He's got voice activated a mic. So push to talk is better for everybody, just so your mics aren't on and you don't realize it. That'd be. I always have to make sure my mic is off, and I forget sometimes. So, all right. So I'm still looking down, guys. Still looking for this wave to come on down. But let's watch and see what happens here in Bitcoin, especially. This could. I've got a couple of. I'm looking at this as a possible 3-wave, or looking at this as 5, 3, and then maybe another 5. So watch out for that. But I'm looking at Ethereum. I'm more inclined to say down. I just don't know that I buy this as a flat. Could be. So that would be a 5, a 3, and then a 5. And then what you'd have here. See, I don't like it. I don't like the structure with this wave. This would have to end something, and this would have to be the 3-wave move. Okay, yeah. That would work. That would work. So this would have to be 1, 2. Actually, no. See, that's a problem right here. So this is actually 1, 1, 2. Right there. Pull the fibs on that guy. See how we came to the 2618. So we're really only in the 4th wave of this particular wave, which says down to me. So this looks to be 1, 2. That's 3 right here. This is 4. And then we go down for 5. And that's just the subwave count of this individual wave. Then we go back and we're looking at 1, 2, all that's 3, 4, 5 of that particular wave, but that's just a sub of that wave. So we're kind of going into the rabbit's hole here. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's got to be more to come. Got to be more to come. So this looks like a series of 1, 2s, really. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, and needs to get going. It needs to get moving here. So that's what I want to see. That's what I want to see. If I don't see that, I'm going to have to revisit the drawing board. So I really don't want to see this break this top. And if it does, I want to see just that and a rejection. And that would give us our 5, 3, 5, and then rejection. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Any questions, comments, thoughts for the group? It's kind of where we are.
Do you guys look at BTC dominance at all?
On occasion, I can take a peek at it when people ask. I don't look at it every day.
Yeah, dominance is always a tough one because sometimes price will go down when, like it's doing now, when dominance goes down. But more often than not, I find when dominance goes up, price goes down. So it's just interesting how we're in this phase where price is going, we're expecting it to go down, and dominance is going down. But I think at some point maybe it flips.
Yeah, on the dominance chart, it looks like a flat right here, and then it needs to go down. That's the way that looks to me. Unless we're going to go up to this higher target here. Unless this is going to flip around and go up here. Still gives us a 3-wave move, just deeper. And this move right here in dominance gets you the down move in Bitcoin tonight. Yeah,
I've been watching it. Like actually, what's happening right now when dominance is going down, Bitcoin price is going down, which is interesting.
Usually when Bitcoin goes down, dominance increases.
Exactly. So I think there has to be a shift because if you go back to I think it's March, was it 8th or maybe it was the 22nd. You see that spike up? That was when price was. If we go back to the BTC price, that was when price was going down. But we've been in this phase since like the 22nd where that relationship is flipped. It's really weird.
Yeah. Not sure what that means.
Is there a clue to the stabilizing of some of the alts?
It's a possibility.
You know, they're actually finding a place in the market besides just speculation and.
Yeah, maybe belief system like around the DeFi network or Uniswap or whatever, where those particular coins are or projects are believed in strongly.
Or like actual use. Actual use on a regular basis in the market with like XLM and McDonald's or BMW.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm not sure.
Because I noticed when we went down just recently, this few days, XLM pretty much went sideways.
Yeah, let's take a peek at a couple of the alts here that we've been looking at. XLM here. 30-minute chart's been kind of going down today.
Right, but the percentage moves wasn't as big as Ether.
Sure. It just all this sideways just makes me think it's just waiting for a big move out of Bitcoin just so they could fall off a cliff. That's the way it feels. You know, 3-wave move there, 3-wave move there. 1, 2, 1, 2. That's the way I'm looking at that.
Yeah, it feels very similar. If you guys remember back in like late August, it's kind of that period where, before September 1st, everyone was still bullish, but then the big drop happened.
Yeah. The more I looked at the charts, what was it last night? Was it last night Sunday night charts? Yeah, last night, just every chart everybody asked me, it was just bearish to me. Just everything was just so. It looked down, and I wasn't trying to be looking down. I was just like, I mean, look at Dot. Dot's already broken structure, and it's already kind of broken its structure. It's heading down. Broke out, retested. It's getting ready to start waterfall in here pretty soon. You can see in the RSI. It's kind of breaking below this area. Let's see what the 12-hour looks like. Slight hidden bull, but I anticipate this thing coming down. This is coming down, and that giving us the hidden bull there that we're looking for. Anyway, Dot looks like it's going down. ADA. Yeah, so ADA's begun its plummet down pretty well. It looks like this flat right in the middle played out nicely. It was a really extended flat, but it looks like a flat nonetheless. 3 there, 3 there, and now 5. Best I can see.
Hey Jim, just caught your live now. It's a bit late. Did you have you looked at the main curves?
Yeah. I was just explaining that I'm expecting this thing for my wave count to be right. This thing needs to start waterfalling pretty soon. Otherwise, I'm gonna have to. I'm not gonna feel as good about my wave count.
Sorry, earlier I just realized my wires got crossed. I was thinking of OMG when I said BMW McDonald's. Excellent.
Okay. So ADA looks like it just needs to finish its ABC here. A, B, and then C. Get back down to this region here, maybe. Maybe if it's a deep move, all the way down to structure here. Top of these waves, find support, and then go on. That's the way the alts like to move.
Hey Jim, if no one had a question, how do you find Bitcoin? Do you find it respects T8 as far as Elliott wave theory most of the time, or have you found that sometimes it just totally goes against?
It's generally very technical. It's very good for Elliott wave. On the Forex, I don't use Elliott Wave a whole lot. I use fibs, and I use basic shapes and principles of Elliott Wave, but I don't use the technical side of Elliott. However, in the crypto market, particularly in the majors and the high cap pairs, the ones that move like real waves are concerned, generally speaking, yeah, it's pretty good. But there are times when it leaves me baffled. You know, using Elliott. There are times when I'm like, guys, I just don't know. This is not Elliott Wave structure. This is breaking the rules. This is this and that. You know, there are times that happens, and we just don't know. So, you know, our edge on the market is Elliott Wave. I mean, that's one of the major edges. That coupled with Fibonacci's and the RSI analysis, and you put all that together, you got a pretty decent analytical tool. But you know, we're not always. You know, sometimes it does something we don't expect.
What I find interesting in this case, you know, the harmonics match up, the Elliott matches up, a lot of the pi theory matches up, so everything is saying the same thing. So it would be really extraordinary if it did something different.
Yeah,
as in go up.
Yes.
I would be like, wow.
Yes, but yeah, and I'm hoping. So here's what I've been noticing lately on the small time frames, on most of the time frames, is that the market has been giving us a nice setup, like this, for instance, this 3 wave, and then it'll come down like you got it right, and then it'll come up and just hit you again before it goes down. And I could show you time and time again that happens on the small time frame. And you know, I'm wondering. I don't think we're going to get that. The structure just isn't calling for that right now. But I would hate. This is something I talked about this morning. That if we got this 3 wave and then that 3 wave and then we get a 5 wave up, that would suck, because that would be a flat, and then we go down. Take out this liquidity up here, and then it just plummets.
Right.
That's why I need to see some volatility now. This is a little too slow for my liking, the way it's moving. I'm expecting faster pace. I would like to see it at a faster pace. So, I don't know. I don't think that's going to happen because the price, the wave structure isn't calling for it. That's 5 waves. That's 3 waves. And this is looks like 3 waves. There is no 5-3-3 in Elliott. So this is an unfinished wave, in my opinion. That this isn't the bottom of something and now it's going to go up. I just don't think that's going to happen. Now, can it happen? Yeah, it can totally happen. If it happens, I'll be completely shocked and surprised. And I mean, I'll be ready to trade something, but still it'll just be. We haven't even gotten to when I pull the fibs on this, we haven't even gotten to the 1-to-1 yet. This is Ethereum. Hold on a second, my kids are calling. So, 17, I'm sorry, no, this is Ethereum, this is Bitcoin. I looked at the numbers wrong. Yeah, so 52K is the 1-to-1 extension. I'd like to see it come down and hit that. That would be super nice. Expect to see a little bit of a bounce there, and then a continuation. To me, it looks super bearish. I went over this chart today and redid all the waves, remeasured everything, and everything's looking down. I cannot even formulate a bullish scenario.
You know what I'll do sometimes? I'll press Alt-I and just flip the chart and look at it. Like, wow, that looks incredibly bullish.
Yeah, you must be. See, you're better at. I'm better at seeing bear scenarios. Alt-I, huh? There we go. All right.
So you get the rising channels.
It looks like it's bottoming.
Exactly.
I don't know. I would, yeah. Yeah, I would say, hey, let's watch this. Let's watch this area for a 3 wave. And this area. I would basically say, yeah, watch this. If it gets past 47, we're in good shape.
Yeah, I sometimes also flip RSI when I need to look for like some of the divergence plays that I don't find as easily when I'm doing normal RSI.
So this is definitely looking up, inverted, so that means down. I would say this is definitely going up on this chart. We're looking for this area right here.
Do you know what happened a year ago today?
The 39K bottom.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's have an anniversary of that. Of course, I think if price went that low for Bitcoin, that would be the death of Bitcoin. I don't think it would be healthy. I'd be okay with a 20K move down to 20K. In fact, I personally would like to see that.
I would not be surprised, Jim, if it does break down below, because 9K is where the final CME gap is, and also where the point of control is for the whole, I don't know, last 4 years.
So, see, you can see how, like this little peak right here, it broke it, and it came back to the top of that wave there. It does this all the time. So we broke out. We have not even retested the top at all. We haven't come back at all to revert back to this, to this trend line at all. Nothing. There's been no. It's just been straight up. There's been no retest of it. That I wouldn't mind seeing that. That would be a healthy move for Bitcoin, in my opinion.
If Bitcoin breaks down like it did in 2017, and it has the same percentage down move, that would take it down to 12.5K.
Yeah. And so that would bring you down close to the top of this peak here. So it's possible. I don't think it's going to come straight down. If it does, it's gonna do it in 3 waves. Just like this one. Just like this one. So there's going to be up and down, up and down. And during those uptrends, everybody's going to feel like this is it. This is the reversal. We just have to play smart. But if you'll just look carefully, this is the daily chart. Look at all that bearish divergence.
Yeah, it's also there on the 3-day, on the weekly. I mean, it's begging.
Oh, the weekly's bad. I looked at that today.
Oh, yeah, the weekly.
The weekly's really bad. Look at that. I was just looking at this today. It's not only bearish divergence, it's double peaked. It's also broken below the moving average and retested it once and broken back. So I have a moving average on my RSI here. If you can see it carefully. It broke it, retested it once, broke it again, and retested and respected it. And now it's... So when that happens, that's generally a good sign on my chart. See right here? Where it broke it and retested it and then continued? It's a good sign that it's going to trend down.
The only bullishness I see on the weekly is the stochastic RSI is at the bottom. Meaning that, potentially you've got enough momentum to start a new trend, but I don't know.
I was going to say, doesn't it have to come down to that 30-hour RSI?
I agree. Yep. There's still a bit left to go, I think.
Uh-huh. You'll notice
If we compare the previous all-time highs with stochastics, you'll see that it was also just wiggling up and down while price was trending down.
You'll notice also the trend line on the weekly here, from this peak to that peak to that peak. Okay, it's broken it and retested it and bounced off of it. I mean, it's just not looking good. break, retest, down. Just I just don't.
Actually, that's interesting, Jim. If you look at the slant of the lines there, you can see that the power move back in 2019 was very strong. The stochastic rose very quickly, and it's like more gradual now. You see the incline is less and less. It's like it's kind of losing momentum on the weekly.
I mean, hypothetically, it could revert down to the 50 and then bounce again and give us another high. You know, but it's still and that's fine. It could do that. It doesn't have to come all the way down here. It can come down and then come back up and then come down again. It could do that. You'll look at this over here. But there's nothing over here looks like this as over. You see how high this is? We're 86, 87. No, this is 95. This is why I was calling and really looking for down movement on this first wave. But now we got the new high, gives us the divergence. It's even more powerful here. It's
as a long-term Bitcoin bull, don't you want the RSI to hurry up and get down to 30 and then bounce up?
Yeah.
Agreed.
You want to see that RSI reset without resetting the price a whole lot.
Because you don't. It would be better in the long term, like as far as like getting a high price within a year or two instead of this 4-year trend. You want to start a new trend, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Because the market would start actually implementing blockchain and not just what we've been dealing with.
And then look here. Oh, this is the 3-day chart. Kind of like the daily. You can see this little descending triangle working. What happens when you get a descending triangle?
Slow measured move on that.
Well, on the RSI?
Yeah.
That's the 3-day chart.
You can see that the RSI back in the coronavirus dump did not make that huge of a move in the RSI back then. It's the one that's being measured here, even that big. So if we get that big of a move, it's going to be a major move.
The other thing, just looking at the trend line here, we're riding right on this trend line here. I mean, if it breaks, man.
Okay, so that tells me coronavirus bottom is the start of wave 1. What's your wave count for the weekly? Are we in wave 4, do you think?
My take is that this was a 1, 2, and that this is a wave 3.
Okay, my wave count's a bit different. Tell me what you think. I'm taking the peak at 2018 and then the correction all the way to Corona as ABC.
Yeah, I don't believe in truncated C's.
Okay.
Because you don't have a 335 here. You have this is a 333 or a 3. That's actually, see, this to me is a 5 wave. You have to, if you're going to make that a B wave, you have to make that a 3 wave. And I have looked at that, and I cannot come up with 3 waves in B. Right here, I can't get 3 waves in that.
Right. Okay, so you're thinking we're finishing wave 3?
So I'm thinking the top here is the top of wave 1. This is wave 2 of the large count, and this is a 1, 2 of the next series. So this is. I've been thinking that we're in an intermediate wave. I think I'm on log scale too. Let me get on regular for a minute. I've been thinking we're on an intermediate kind of wave, that this is 1, 2, and this is 3 here. But my problem with that is just this is so extended, and if I saw this shape on a chart, I'd be telling everybody to short that sucker. And then I would be say we're probably going to get some kind of move down like that. If I saw that on any chart on a lower time frame, that's what I would be telling people. And so now when I look at that on the 3-day, just, that to me, we need to come back down to 20K to square up. before we get anything else. And that would be another kind of 1-2, 1-2. It would imply hugeness into the next move. But I still see that possibility down.
Hey Jim, just another trend line we can watch on the daily. Have a look. Maybe you put it up before. But just that from like January. No, not that big. Maybe like the 4 hour from like the January, yeah. And then you're gonna have to get it down to smaller here. But or zoom in a bit. But we're kind of testing that trend line.
Yeah.
Is it possible, Jim? I saw that in some Elliott wave books that ending diagonals can have a truncated fifth when the move isn't so powerful. That it could be something like that.
Yes. I have seen truncated fifths in an ending diagonal, or they generally break the top, but they don't go to the trend line like you expect.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't see this as an ending diagonal. I would not consider this a diagonal. I know it's kind of got that shape to it, but you'd have to start counting your diagonal here, not here. This isn't going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that.
Gotcha.
So if it's going to be a diagonal, it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. We are going to get another high, and then down.
Something to be on guard for.
Yes, I would agree with that. So if we get a bounce off of this, it won't break it, then we'll consider this diagonal. That would screw everybody up. Max Payne. Get everybody really ultra bullish. And then hurt. The only problem is I really don't have the shape of a diagonal. It's more of a channel, you know.
I was thinking, my thought was the diagonal starts at the peak in Feb 18th. So that would be A, B, C, and then D. We're testing D, right? And then up to E. But that would be assuming we're in the fifth wave right now.
Yeah. My idea has been up to this point that this is a fourth wave and that we're going up again. That this is a fourth of the previous degree. This is the top of a third. This is a fourth wave, and then we're going to get a fifth. But looking at the weekly RSI, that could still happen, but it would have to do this, and then that'll give us double divergence there. So that would be fine. That's kind of the way I'm thinking about it right now. That's why my target's around 45 right now to 47, the conservative targets. And then Ethereum down to about 1,200 to 1,000. And then more up. But Ethereum's powerful when you look at it because that's 5 waves. I mean, I don't know. There's nothing else I can do with that. That's a 5-wave move. And this is a 3-wave back. So I'm looking for 5 waves, man. I want to see that 3-wave move.
Better hope it's not just it's going to turn into an impulse or something.
Yeah. So we'll have to just play it by ear once we get there, guys, and see what the market's telling us at the time. All right, we're going to cut the recording here. Any other questions that might benefit the recording for anybody watching it? Good collaboration there. Appreciate the good ideas. Thanks, Ryan, for your input as well.
Yeah, it was great to hear some more new people speaking in here.